Mr. Buffett and Mr. Munger did a very good and successful investment in Japan in the past 5 or 6 years. The recent CPI in Japan is currently above 3%, not far away from its 2% target. Bank of Japan seems very determined in raising rates, while Fed, ECB, and other central banks are considering to cut them. Do you think BOJ, Bank of Japan, makes sense to proceed the rate hike? Will its planned rate hike deter you from further investing Japanese stock market or even considering to realize your current profits?
I'll let the people of Japan determine their best course of action in terms of economics. It's an incredible story, it's been about 6 years now, as you pointed out. I was just going through a little handbook that probably had 2,000 or 3,000 Japanese companies in it. One problem I have is that I can't read that handbook anymore. The print's too small. But and here were these 5 trading companies. They have a special name for them in Japan, but they were selling at ridiculously low prices. And so I spent about a year acquiring them, and then we got to know the people better, and everything that Greg and I saw we liked better as we went along. So we got fairly close to the 10% limit that we told the company we would never exceed without their permission. And so we did ask them recently whether that limit could be relaxed, and it's in the process of being relaxed somewhat. I would say that I'll speak for Greg beyond me, that in the next 50 years, and I hope he's running things then, we won't give a thought to selling those. I mean, Japan's record has been extraordinary, actually, in terms of that. My guess is that Tim Cook would tell you that iPhone sales there are about as great as any country outside the United States. American Express would tell you that they sell their product very, very well in Japan. Coca-Cola, that we do business with, another big investment of ours, they do extraordinarily well in Japan. They have a number of habits in a civilization that operates differently than ours. Japan is by far the biggest. This is the container they've always preferred for soft drinks, and they have a whole different sort of distribution system there. But we have been treated extremely well by the 5 companies. They talked with Greg primarily. I went over there a year or 2 ago. Greg's more cosmopolitan than I am, so he's which isn't saying much, actually. But
very little.
But he is. I don't know. How many times do you think you've met with representatives of one company to the other?
Yeah, when you think of the 5, there's definitely a couple meetings a year, Warren. And I think the thing we're building with the five companies is, one, it's been a very good investment, but we are really, as Warren touched on, we envision holding the investment for 50 years or forever. But I think we also are building relationships to do incremental things with each of those companies. And we really do hope to do big things with them globally. They bring different perspectives and different opportunities than we see, and that's why we're building that long-term relationship with them.
It's super long-term, and they have a different customs. They have different approaches to business. That's true around the world, we don't have any intention in any way of trying to change what they've done because they do it very successfully, and our main activity is just to cheer and clap, and that I can still do at 94. So we will own those. We will not be selling any stock. I mean, that will not happen in decades, if then. And my guess is that they will find things, because they cover the world pretty much, the 5 trading companies. We will find things occasionally that may be very large for any individual company there. They may in some way be assisted by some help we bring to the situation. But that will be an expanding relationship. It's too bad that Berkshire has gotten as big as it is, because we love that position, and I'd like it to be a lot larger than it is. But even with the 5 companies they're very large companies, and they're large companies in Japan. And we've got at market that in the range of $20 billion invested, but I'd rather have $100 billion than $20 billion, and that's the way I feel about it. Several other investments we have, but size is an enemy of performance at Berkshire, and I don't know any good way to solve that problem, but Charlie always told me that having a few problems was good for me. I never quite understood that, but if you listen to him moralize, you would understand. And it's not an impossible problem at all. And the Japan investment has just been right up our alley. You want to add anything on that, Kurt?
No, I think you've touched it, but as you said, it's right up our alley, and I absolutely agree, Warren. I do believe we'll see some very large opportunities long term.
Sure.
And that's just been a great plus of that relationship.
Yeah, I would say they would like to present us with opportunities. We would like to receive them. We've got the money. We both get along very well with each other, and they have some different customs than we have. They drink the number one Coca-Cola product. They drink over there something called Georgia coffee. I haven't converted them to Cherry Coke, and they're not going to convert me to Georgia coffee. But it's a perfect relationship. I just wish we could get more like it. And I never dreamt of that when I picked up that little. It wasn't so little; it was about that thick. But sometimes 2 companies to a page, and a couple thousand pages, I believe. But it's amazing what you can find when you just turn the page. We showed a movie last year that about turn every page, and I would say that turning every page is one important ingredient to bring to the investment field. And very few people do turn every page, and the ones who turn every page aren't going to tell you what they're finding. So you got to do a little of it yourself.